What is up, trade family? It is your girl GC the Trader, and we are back with another breakdown. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Today is Monday, November 17th, 2025, and it is the beginning and start of a new trade week. I hope everybody was able to catch some amazing setups, and if they didn't, I hope we was able to walk away, protect our capital, and not do some crazy stuff like blowing accounts, emotional trading. So today's breakdown, you guys, is gonna be over two forward test trades that I took during London session today. I couldn't trade New York session. I had a lot of things I had to do early on today, so I was only able to look at the charts from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. So I traded London and a little bit of pre New York before the market opened up for NASDAQ. So we're going to be going over those trades I took, and also like I said, I wasn't able to live trade in Q for today during New York session. So also we're going to be doing a backtest replay mode of what NQ did today. I am going to put a snippet in there to show y'all that, hey, this is a real live backtest replay mode. I have not seen what happened on NQ, so this is all new information to me. So with that being said, you guys, let's get this breakdown started. All right, you guys, this is NQ's chart. As you can see, we are on my hour time frame. So when I came into the charts this rising, this is initially what I start. All of this right here. This is initially what I saw. My apologies. All of this right here, that was not there when I came into the chart. Those are the two setups that I was looking at for today. So when I came in initially, I marked my key levels. I was liking this level. I like this level. I like this level, and I like this level. I also marked up these two levels just in case price decided that, hey, it did want to shoot to the upside today. So once I had those key levels marked up, dropped down to my 15-minute just to make sure that they did align as well. And as you can see, they did. Drop down to my 5-minute, which is initially where I look for my entries and took my entries. So when I came into the charts, what time was this? Yeah, when I came into the charts initially, I came in and I saw price making this new high. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking that we will be buying off early into this London session. But as price continued to drop, I saw that, okay, it gave me a supply zone. We're making lower lows, lower highs. Um, Hold on real quick, you guys. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. I was trying to make sure I still had that trade up. So yes, I saw that. Yes, it was making lower lows, lower highs. I had my supply zones marked up just to see where price may be thinking of going. Initially, I had this supply zone marked up. Now, as you can see, I have this trade marked, you guys, but I did not take this trade. This was a trade idea, and I'm going to tell you why I did not take this trade. Initially, when I was watching this trade form, we got to this candle right here. And you see how close, let me spread this out for y'all. You see how close this candle got to invalidating my zone? Like literally it was 1 to 2 ticks away from invalidating my zone. So when I seen that, I initially deleted the zone. I accepted that, hey, this zone is about to get invalidated, and I deleted it and wait for price to set me up a new zone. Now, when I seen price dropped this bearish candle, and then it dropped another bearish candle, I was like, okay, well, let me mark this zone back up to see if price invalidated it or not. And literally, you guys, that's when I realized that, okay, price didn't invalidate the zone, that the zone was still valid. But initially, when I saw price give this last big push in this bullish engulf candle here, I was like, okay, this is a weak zone. I don't know if it's gonna hold. And then boom, I look down really quick to check my phone for something, and then boom, I see the candle right here doing this. And by that time when I realized that, okay, price, not price, but when I was like, okay, this zone does still have a lot of power, because I was like, initially when I seen it do this drop and then retrace back up, I was like, okay, this is a weak zone. It doesn't have a lot of power. So I did accept the fact that, hey, again, this zone may get invalidated once I seen this bullish, almost fully engulfed candle. So I was like, okay, yeah, this may be a weak zone. But then when price dropped out of the zone, I was like, okay, it still had power, but by that time, it was too late to hop in the trade. It would have been chasing price, and I just accepted that, hey, based off of my analyzation and my comfortability, I did not take this trade only because I did deem it and also assumed it being a weak zone because of how close price was to invalidating it, and the fact that price did tap the zone, if I'm not mistaken, almost three times, if not three times. It tapped into the zone before it decided it wanted to break away from the zone. So, yeah, initially based on my analyzation, I decided not to take that trade or jump into that trade, because by the time I realized it still had power, I would have been chasing the trade. So I just accepted it and walked away. So, once I saw that price gave me another supply setup, I then marked that setup up. And initially for this trade, I would have took TP. What is it, like right here at the start of this zone? But when I saw how close price would have gotten to my base hit of 150, I probably would have held the trade to the base hit of 150 past that London low. So yes, I had marked up this supply zone right here, as you can see. And then once price tapped into this key level, I was like, okay, it's going to give me the push I need to jump into this supply, and I was going to take the supply down to this key level here. But as you can see, price did some ranging. It did some ranging. And initially when I came into the charts, I wasn't looking for any supply setups. I was looking to trade ICC and ICC only. So when I seen price break right here, I was like, okay, we may be looking at a possible ICC sale going on. So when I got this retracement here, I was like, okay, if price breaks back down, I'm going to enter into the trade. Y'all did not take this trade live, and I'm going to explain to y'all why I did not take this trade live. But as you can see, I did put up on the screen, I did take this trade on my paper account, and I was able to make $176 off of this trade. But I did not take this trade live, and I'm not mad that I didn't take the trade live, only because I'm working on following my plan. And today, my plan was catch a setup between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. Nothing after 7 a.m. And as you can see, this trade started playing out at 7:05. So, as I stated, I couldn't trade or look at the charts past a certain time because I did have responsibilities that I had to take care of. But yes, I could have entered into this trade, and I could have just set my stop loss and set my TP on my funded accounts and just walked away. But I wouldn't have been able to properly manage this trade the way I wanted to. So if I can't properly manage a trade all the way till it hits TP, I'm not going to take it. And that's just my personal choice, that if I can't manage a trade and watch it, that I don't want to take the trade, because I like to see what price does while in a trade. You know, some people just like to set it and walk away, but I like to see how price moves, how price fluctuates. You get what I'm saying, within a trade. So I did take this on my paper account, and as you can see, it did hit full TP. I was risking, if I'm not mistaken, $75 today to make a little bit over 150. And as I stated on this trade, I was able to walk away with $176. So I was happy in this trade, happy in this setup. And even though I couldn't take this live, I still took it on my paper account. Um, and hey, yeah, it worked out perfectly. This is initially what I thought was going to happen in this move, but it ended up happening down here. Wish this trade would have happened earlier so that I could have taken it on my funded accounts. But as you stated, I'm not tripping. We was able to protect some capital today. We didn't lose any money on our live accounts. So today is still a green day. So yeah, you guys, that's it for review over my trades that I initially caught during a London session, and now we're gonna start the back test for NQ. As you can see, I already have it set up to start at 8:05, uh, which is 9:05 New York time. So yeah, you guys, let's get started with this back test. All right, so I'm still using the same key levels that I had marked up for my London session, but let me get rid of some of this so that we can better see what's going on without all these distractions. All right, I really don't need this on here anymore. So as you can see, during London session and a little bit of pre-New York session, we was able to take out the London low, and we was able to take out that Asian low. Did we? No, we didn't take out the Asian low yet. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that marked up there. So initially, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my 15 minute, and I'm gonna do it one candle. Drop back down to my 5 minute, just so I can see. So as you can see, now we have taken out that Asian low. So we can go ahead and delete that. So initially, this is what I see. I see this break from this key level right here. As you can see, price broke from this key level. So initially, trading ICC and ICC alone, I will initially wait for price to pull liquidity, which I believe it will pull it in these next few candles. I'll wait for price to pull liquidity, and what I'm looking for while price is pulling liquidity is it for it to pull back into this area up here so that I can enter into a sell. So let's see. So boom, price pulled back, but the only way I will be comfortable with entering into a sell is for price to drop back down. So as I stated, for back testing, I do preset orders. So if price does drop, I'm going to put a sell stop there so that it can enter me into the trade. Okay, we still pushing up. So now I got an indication to the upside. So sorry about that. I got an indication to the upside. So it's a possibility that we may be buying. And that's typically how it will go. If price was selling off for Asian and London session, then it may start buying for New York just to correct some of this. But as I stated, on the higher time frame, we are bullish. So this initially the sales that we caught during London session could have all just been correction activity, and that this could be the actual continuation move that we're waiting on from when price initially started dropping. So let's see. Okay, got a little pullback. Okay. Initially, I wouldn't have jumped into this buy because it did not pull back into this area. Okay, it tapped this key level. All right. So initially, this is a tricky situation only because, hey, could jump in for a buy and put a buy order right here, but honest and truly, I wouldn't really be comfortable looking for buys until we break this key level. And the only reason why I say that is because this key level is where I know it had the most buying power above here. So initially, I wouldn't be looking for buys until we hit past this key level. So let's see what price does. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right. So we got entered into the trade. This is at 11:10, which will be 10:10 my time. So we are in the trade. It's Monday. I wouldn't want to risk no more than $75. So let's do 150 tick. It's Monday, ain't gonna be greedy. So let's do a base hit of 300. Do our base hit. And honest and truly, let's see if we can ride this. All right. We got our stop loss set. Let's go. Wow. Y'all saw that? I mean, price. Come on. Like, literally gave me my 101. Gave me my 101 and then shot up and took me out. Man. Well, y'all, that would have been our one trade today. And as you can see, if we would have traded New York today, we possibly could have gotten an L. Well, no, possibly. As you can see, definitely would have gotten a L. And honest and truly, wouldn't have even been upset about the L. And the only reason why I wouldn't have been upset about the L, because as you can see, we did get an indication to the downside that hey, we still possibly wanted to sell. But when we initially got this push to the upside, that was also an indication that we could buy. But as I stated, I wasn't interested in buys until price broke past this key level. Now, if we zoom out to the 15-minute, I wouldn't have even thought that price would buy this heavy from this level because as you can see, sellers broke through here and buyers broke through here. So broke through, sellers broke through, sellers broke through here and buyers broke through here. So because sellers and buyers was able to break through this zone, I didn't assume that it was any buyers or sellers really there because of the fact that there is no resistance. There was no minus this little resistance right here, it was just straight shots through. You know what I'm saying? So initially, I wouldn't have thought of price buying at that key level. But hey, as you can see, price did buy for today after 11 a.m. So, I know some people was able to profit off of this sale right here. Some people was also able to profit off of this push up, that push down, and this push up. So, yeah, today NQ market was a little different. Let me see my EMAs. Okay, yeah, EMAs is a little choppy, a little chopped up. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, you guys, that's it for today. Just a little back test session. We would have taken a L on NQ if we taken that live. That would have been $75.50. But hey, we wasn't able to trade live, so as I stated, that was just a little pre-replay mode. We did not lose any money in the markets today. We was able to protect some capital. But hey, we're gonna show up tomorrow. We're gonna do the same thing we do every single day. We're gonna conquer the market. Not only are we gonna conquer the market, we're gonna conquer ourselves. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in with me today. Thank y'all for watching this breakdown. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. And I look forward to sitting down with y'all again. Your girl GC is out.